Hello everyone, I am Jigisha. Welcome to Jigisha's Dreamscape. It has been 5 to 6 months since I came here, and I have noticed a lot of differences, a lot of huge cultural differences, a lot of things that we just do differently in India than here. They might just be like small things, but I just wanted to share them with all of you just in case you wanted to come to the US or not. You would just want to know. So pretend like we are on a video call chit chatting with each other, and I'm just sharing my experiences with you, and let's continue with the video. One huge thing that I've noticed here, and which has irritated the heck out of me for the first 2 weeks that I was here, is the people saying thank yous and sorries. People just generally say a lot of thank yous and sorries here, and there's no explanation for that. You just say it. Suppose you're standing here and there's someone walking across, they'll just look at you and say sorry, and you're like, what? You're literally just minding your own business. But also, like, the small things like holding a door for someone. If you're going into a room and you open the door and there's someone entering the room, you have to hold the door for the next person. Otherwise, it's considered rude not to hold the door. Even like you are in a lift, which they call as an elevator. You're in an elevator and you press the button for, suppose, the 5th floor. There's a person who enters after you. You have to ask them what floor they want to go to. Press that button. They'll say thank you. Before exiting the lift, they'll usually say like, have a good day or thank you. Which again, I said, it is definitely a good thing. But sometimes these conversations, honestly, you question how genuine they are. There is also a huge difference in like the language and the words, even though like obviously there will be a change in the accent, but some words are just said differently. Like, you don't say dustbin, you say trash can. You don't say a trial room, you say it's a fitting room. Talking about the education system, there is a lot of independence and flexibility in what you want to do. I won't go in detail, like in depth of the education system. I might make a separate video about that later. But it's that the attendance really depends. In a lot of like colleges in India, you have a 75% attendance policy. And here it really just depends on the classes. There are some classes you don't even need to go to class in order to pass that class, or even like get an A in that class. It just depends on the assignments, the midterms. And there are some classes where the attendance is completely mandatory. Like last semester I had a class called UNEP 101, and I could only skip 2 of those classes in the entire semester. If I skipped an additional class, they would cut 3% of my total grade. So if like you skip 3 classes, they would cut 9% off of your total grade. So like if you're getting 90%, you would get an 81% because you didn't go to 3 classes. Another big thing that is very different is the party culture. The party culture here is huge. You're going to see people going to parties every weekends. No one is going to be up on the weekends, like on Saturdays and Sundays. You won't see anyone until 10 o'clock because everyone's in their houses sleeping. And I'm talking about like what a lot of people do. Obviously, there are exceptions and a lot of people who don't do this. But especially in like California, Arizona, there are a lot of these universities which are basically party schools because there are a lot of parties happening. And it's very easy to get distracted because there are these parties happening almost every day of the week. And it's not like normal, simple school kid parties. There's everything happening in those parties. But it's also that you're not forced to go to any of these, or you're not required to go. You will find a group to fit in if you are not a party person, or if you are. I wouldn't say if it's good or bad, it's to each their own. But yeah, given there's also a huge homeless population in majority of the US cities, and sometimes it can get dangerous because they can be carrying weapons. They could be drunk, they could be high. Me and my friends were once in the bus and I saw a knife fall out of a homeless person's pocket. And everyone knows about the gun culture in the US. It is very much happening and real. Also, but that given, there is also one thing, that the security is also that good. Like, we have these UA alerts, which is like University of Arizona alerts. If there is any suspicious activity happening, we get emails, text messages instantly on our phones, and it's like every 2 minutes. Suppose someone has reported, we are going to get an email. The police have reached on their scene, we'll get another email. The police have investigated, we'll get another email. And yeah, there's even an example. Me and my friends were again in the library once studying, and there was this guy who was sleeping on the couch, and someone like reported some suspicious activity, and the person in the working in the library came and tried to wake him up, and he did not wake up. And so within 2 minutes the police were here and they took him out. And like nothing really happened, but it was just, even if you feel like anything is suspicious, you can report it, and there is going to be an investigation and they will take an action. One thing that is also related to all of this is people do have a very paranoid mentality. Like, people are shit scared about things that we would consider as normal otherwise. Like, you're walking on a road at night and someone else is also walking on that road. There is nothing suspicious about it. Could be dangerous at times, but they're literally just walking, and you could literally call 911 for that. Or if you're alone at a place and you're scared, you can call 911 and the police are gonna come for you. The rules are also pretty strict in the university and otherwise. So if you get caught for cheating on a test, or like if you get caught for plagiarism, if you copy off of your friend's homework or project, you are going to get a notice from the dean's office. And if you get like 3 of these notices, they'll probably kick you out of the university or something. I am plugging this in afterwards while editing, but I wanted to add this point, which I think is very close to the topic. It's that people talk about everything very freely. They could be talking about the most censored thing on the planet as if it's the most normal shit that happens out there. It does help clear out a lot of taboos and bring about discussion about a lot of topics, but I just would not imagine any Indian university talk about all the things that they talk about here. And I think there are going to be differences no matter where you go, but it's important to adjust to these differences and like live with them instead of complaining about them. That just makes life a lot easier. And yeah, I just discussed everything more broadly in this video instead of going in depth about one topic. But if you want a video about any of these specific topics, just let me know in the comment section down below and I'll be happy to share about that. But yeah, that's it for today's video. See you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for more updates.